Hey folks, I'm Mysterious JG, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I've made a command decision that I don't care about the Chocobo minigame enough to start working on it right now. So we're not going to read 800 million help things about the Chocobo minigame. But we will, see, Callie didn't come down with him, did she? Like, you have to get Callie on board the ship, but then nothing happens with her. Unless she's lurking around here somewhere. I mean, I don't believe she hangs out on our ship for the rest of the game. No, I remember. Maybe her whereabouts are unknown from here on out. So yeah, these little these serve as chocobo corrals. Because basically how it works is that we, from now on, when we enter random encounters in certain areas, there will be enemies and a chocobo. And if we defeat the enemies and give Guy Shell Greens as an item to the chocobo before it retreats, we can capture the chocobo. And I'm not seeing any sign of Callie. So for now on, like, we'll make a big effort to capture chocobos. Classco chilling out. On the off chance that something happens on this screen here, I came back out, but nothing happens. I don't know what the animated stone monster face is about, but whatever. Let's go back to the ship, and we'll talk to Riku and Pain, and hopefully leaving and coming back in didn't reset their ability to say anything about this. So we're gonna go chocobo hunting? Eventually, I suppose. I don't think self-reliance is in Classco's dictionary. We have to get chocobos in order to get, like, as I guessed, there's a certain garment grid that you can't get without getting chocobos, and there's actually multiple garment grids and an entire dungeon that we have to use chocobos to find it. But it's not really till Act 5 that any of that stuff becomes available anyway. So yeah, she is hanging out on our ship. That's weird. She's gonna be here for the rest of the game? Or maybe later in the story, something will happen at the Chocobo Ranch and Callie will go down there. I don't remember. But yeah, it's starting to look like she's going to spend the rest of the game riding on our ship. I don't remember that. Awaka will eventually leave, too. Matter of fact, I think I need to figure out if I'm doing something with him. Buying and selling to get lots of money. I need to figure that out before we finish Act 3. I think it's, or finish Act 2. I think it's at the end of Act 3 that he kind of zips off. Anyway, last little piece of side questing to do in this act, and I don't believe there's chocobos here, so there's no point in removing the charm bangle. Blitzball victory! Must be the dome where Lady Dullest once resided. Yep, I killed her! Find a sphere of value, please deliver to us at once. What? Oh, that must be with New Yevon. There were 5 that came here. So you guys are not a team of spear hunters. You're just Great Sea level 1000 years ago. The final destination. Isn't it fabulous? Oh, it still breaks my heart to think about all the great fart jokes.
Looks like business is booming.
Oh, cheer up.
Let's pop thinking.
And his Machina always break down when I need him most, too. So that was exciting scene. Yeah, somebody asked me to explain why there's pyroflies all over the place here, and I don't really think there's much of an answer other than that it looks all mystical and stuff. Now there are fiends and monkeys, you better watch out. Let's pick up fabulous supplies. I don't care about any of these. Apparently we needed to go to a store in Guadalsalam and buy the stuff that makes you immune to death, which, well, not death, but automatic death. Like, death is an element in this game. I think I might need to go back and do that, actually, at some point. Is there a treasure chest here now? It seems like there was nothing here before. It's just a little area where you can find enemies. With the charm bangle, there's really not a whole lot going on here at all. But we are going to have a mini-game quest type of deal. Side mission. I believe it will actually even say mission time. Once we get a little closer to the end of this area. I just remember that when you played through this part of the game in Final Fantasy X, the tension is really mounted. Because by this point you know that Yuna's going to die when she faces Sin and gets the final Aeon. So we really think like it's really coming down to the wire for Riku and Tidus, who are trying to figure out how to save her. And oh, there's a Saru. That's probably going to be a cinematic of some kind. But B, it also plays the Blitzball menu music throughout this entire area for some reason. Okay, so it's an optional scene. You actually have to talk to him. Hey, what's up?
It's a never-ending struggle.
A never-ending struggle.
As you can see, the monkeys are multiplying.
Well, they do that, you know.
They were harassing the tourists. We had to close down.
Whoa. The monkeys are Yuna's ally.
Told off by Uni and outsmarted by monkeys. That's gotta hurt.
Oh.
They were offended you used them as a password without their permission.
Now you behave yourselves.
Stop fucking in front of the tourists.
If there were more of these little guys, you think the place would empty out?
How do we go about making
just
more?
might.
They already said they'd shut down. Okay, so it's not mission time, it's just Operation Monkey. Love is in the air. Pair up each monkey with its soulmate. If making monkeys happy isn't reason enough, who knows? There just may be something in it for you too, which is their dumbass way of saying we're gonna give you some garment grid or some kind of shit like that. It's like, yeah, you know, it's a game that just like you randomly score things out of the ether for no reason. So yeah, but yeah, I've been alluding to it for a while. Not the most annoying or even the most pointless, but in conceptually probably the silly L-bomb. Conceptually, the silliest thing you do in this, like L-bombs, Yuna's devastating finisher. Conceptually, the silliest thing you do in this game is the summoner who saved the world and her loyal guardian and her badass mercenary friend who becomes Fear Hunters are now trying to pair off monkeys. As it happens, I'm recording this on Valentine's Day, so it won't come out on Valentine's Day, but that's kind of neat. Autumn looks lovelorn, so we have to find probably a monkey named Spring or something. Time looks queasy. So we have Autumn and Time. Autumn and Time. Arrow. Max. Terran. I don't think we encounter enemies in these areas. Let's have a screen where you can encounter enemies leading up to the area where you encounter the monkeys. Gold looks ready to rant. Valleys up to no good. And stole money. Sequoia. Summer. Well, I just found Summer, and there was already one called Autumn, so unless there turns out to be one called Winter, I think we've figured it out, but I don't know how you actually pair them up. I've just been talking to them. Elixir times 2. Phoenix down times 2. High potion times 2. Reading text off the screen. Spring. Okay, so we have to pair Spring up with Autumn. I guess I have to talk to each one once and have my money fucking stolen. Canis. Soul will be linked up with Terran, probably. Mini drools lecherously. So we got Max and Minnie. You know, which forms a pro wrestling midget in the 90s, I believe. Like WWE temporarily decided it would be a good idea to bring in a midget division, and so they hired, like, you know, in Mexico. There are wrestling midgets. It's a thing. So they just brought in somebody who was probably really famous under a Spanish language name, and they named him Max Mini, and he was like the midget who was getting a push. It's kind of strange. Sky, that might be the one that's paired up with Terran, actually. Dawn. Birch is in love. Grab him. Where's Birch's soulmate? Okay, so that's how it works. You have to find. Well, there was one that was named after a tree. I don't remember what it was. Wow, that's kind of interesting. I didn't realize they had a. Like they have an animation for Yuna carrying the monkey. I think they had this in the non-HD version as well. And there was also, I don't know how I triggered it, but I found an animation where she was carrying it with one hand. Yeah, like if she does a 180, then she'll carry the monkey in one hand for a while. That's actually kind of adorable. Alright, so one of you is named after a tree. And I guess basically they steal your money periodically, so the more efficiently you do it, the better. I think the one named after a tree was down here. Hey. Peke. I don't remember where the damn, there was one named after a tree. I thought it was up here somewhere. If I go all the way out here, I don't know if there's more monkeys out there. Okay, there are. Quiver is looking for a heart to break. Quiver, and we had Arrow, of course. Silva can't keep living like this. Yes, folks, we are actually doing this. Luna must be matched up with Soul, so Terran would be with Sky. And there is a winter, so that gets matched up with summer. Felina with Canis. Dusky. Yuna, you know it wouldn't be right to take Birch away from his friends. You horrible person. Isaru confiscated your monkey. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that was gonna happen. So I gotta find the one with the... Well, that's frustrating. Well, at least now I know. See, I'd never seen that before, so now I know that you can't go any farther than this room. And I obviously forgot where, what screen I found a monkey named after a tree on, but it was before here. So honestly, I mean, you lose tiny little bits of guilt at a time when they rob you. So you could sit there with a pencil and paper and work it out properly, but it just isn't really... You can't really lose if you're just patient enough to do it. And for that reason, as annoying as it is and as silly as it is, it's infinitely better for me than the frickin' calibrating the towers minigame. That was a nightmare. Birch is in love. So yeah, basically we screwed up and went too far, so we know it's got to be one of the ones in this room. Soul hates tourists. Mini. Well, I kind of remember where Max was, at least what room. Rosemary is after your guild. Rosemary will be matched up with time. I guess it's this screen then. Is it you? Summer looks unfulfilled. Oh, good grief. Sequoia fell in love with Birch. And they start knocking monkey boots right away. So now we have to go running around until we find... Okay, well that was easy enough. Who's got hearts floating over their head? So I had this notion, and people have told me that I'm nuts and that this game is all about fan service, but I had this notion that by making it like a group of girls who are the heroes, this game was trying to market towards girls. And I hope no one will think that I'm insulting the female gender when I say it, but like this sort of minigame, like you run around and you get monkeys to fall in love with each other and you don't fight enemies at all during this portion, like that's kind of part of it. I think that's like them trying to make the game appeal to girls. So any females who are out there watching this LP can let me know if they find that thought deeply insulting, or if autumn is the seventh monkey heaven, or if they're just like, yeah, spring's all warm and fuzzy, yuck, or if that is possibly what's going on. I don't think there's any... Well, it's probably always in the same sequence, but I don't think you can really be sure that the next monkey who's going to have hearts floating over their head is going to be down in the basement area. So I'll just check this room while we're close, because it would be irritating to come all the way here and go all the way down there and then have the next one be here. But yeah, basically this this minigame is a test of your patience as you are driven closer and closer to madness. And the penalty for being really bad at it, like you can never remember where any of them are located, and you keep talking to the same ones over and over again because you're not doing any kind of job of keeping it straight in your head, is that you very slowly have your guild dwindle. And that's about it. So these two are in love, delirious with joy, eternally grateful, eternal Felina. If that monkey is eternally grateful, then it should join my party. Or give us items or something. But yeah, the idea here, well obviously we're going to score a garment grid, or maybe even a dress sphere or something. Probably a garment grid. When this is over. That's kind of how it's going to work. But the notion, like Yuna's plan in this, is that she wants to drive tourists away from this place by filling it with monkeys. Never mind the fact that this place that was full of all these like sacred memories of her and her journey will now be filled with monkeys, flinging their doo-doo all over the place. She has a plan to make them fuck like monkeys. Or bunnies, I suppose. They are fucking like monkeys. On top of that, I seem to have like misplaced a monkey, because nobody's has little hearts popping out of their head, and I need for a monkey to have hearts popping out of its head, because that's the lovesick monkey that has to get paired up. Never mind the fact that all these monkeys are going to get paired up eventually. There's only one at any given time that I'm actually allowed to interact with as part of that game. And now I'm back to a screen I was already at, because apparently I just missed one. Is there one like tucked off in a corner that you can only see from just the right angle? Luna stares at me coldly and is not lovesick. I somehow missed you. Dusky's in love. Well, I don't even remember. I'm sure maybe there's one called Dawn, I guess. I don't freaking remember. You were Luna. So I'm just going to talk to each one and have all my money stolen, whatever. There probably is one called Dawn that's not really all that close to me here at all. Dusky's found her soulmate, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes passed away. That was so sad. Terran, Max, who has to pair up again with Minnie. Arrow looks sullen but doesn't steal Gil, so that's nice. Time looks queasy and steals your Gil. Time pukes to distract you and then robs you. Or actually, Time would be better served as like part of a organized monkey theft ring, where not that they steal monkeys, but that one of the monkeys will throw up on you to distract you, and then the other monkeys will rob you. Because the monkey that threw up on you, you're unlikely to take your eyes off of right away. Minnie drools lecherously. Soul hates tourists. Blah, blah, blah. Rosemary is after your Gil. Don't forget, we still have Rosemary. Wait, is Rose real? What? Don't be weird. Rose is your girlfriend, right? Thought you two would, you know. And they have fallen in love. Dawn's fur is a healthy sheen. Dusky's face is all aglow. I got one less monkey in this room. And now they're going to make me go. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to make me go all the way across the map to find the next one who's all lit up. They didn't, so that's nice. Oh, it's Time. Why am I even coming back here? I actually remember where Time was, or at least the room. Maybe not which monkey in that room, but Time is up in the room with the elevator going down. So that'll save us a little bit of trouble. This new high definition Yuna running at you holding a monkey.
A couple years ago, I was a summoner, man. People held me in the highest of esteem. I fell in love with Titus because he didn't know that I was like this sacred nun-like virginal figure, so he macked on me. He treated me like a normal girl. Everyone else held me in this highest reverence, and now I'm pairing up monkeys.
Time fell in love with Rosemary. Time's eyes are all a twinkle. Rosemary flashes a beatific smile. Are you Max? If you're Max, then I actually remember where Minnie is. Terran is in love. Where is Terran's soulmate? That would be Sky, who I think was down here somewhere. I want to knock this thing out in one video. I don't want to have 2 videos worth of the monkey minigame. Gold looks ready to rant. There must be one named Silver somewhere. I didn't really notice. Valley? Valley? Is there one called Mountain? Minnie. Soul would be matched up with Luna, I believe. And that's Soul again. Kind of lost track of it running around the screen. I don't think this is the right place. I think I screwed this up. I think it's upstairs somewhere. Up the elevator. Oh no, I was right. Yay. And that means I'm done with this area. Terran is in an ecstatic stupor. So it's actually, it does get easier as you go, which is nice. Because the more of them you pair up, the fewer there are you have to check each time. Minnie's in love. I vaguely remember. Oh, I remember what room Max was in. So we will soon have Max Minnie. as our personal monkey wrestling dwarf. I wonder if I can save while holding a monkey. Max fell in love with Minnie. He should have done Mickey and Minnie. Minnie looks relaxed. Max is on cloud 9. So for once I have a decent idea. Oh wait, it's always one big one and one small one? Maybe that's about how you're supposed to be able to tell the gender? No, those birds are both kind of the same size. I don't know how good this music would have to be for it not to get old as we hear it this many times over while doing the frickin' Monkey Love game. Mocha, 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 mocha love. There's a whole bunch of them unpaired off in this hallway here. I don't think the game goes out of its way to make you cover, like, we already finished with the farthest most room, the one where Udaleska boss fight is in the first game, so there's not really going to be a bunch of times where it makes you go all the way from the entrance to there and back, which is nice. And we're going back downstairs, so we'll have at least one more opportunity to try to save while holding him up. Oh, see, you're lovesick. Summer's in love. Grabber. I really don't remember where winter was located, but I'll go ahead and check this room while we're down here. Soul hates tourists. Are you the last monkey that's left down here? Oh, poor little thing. Valley's up to no good. Gold looks ready to rant. We apparently can save, but it involves setting the monkey down. Like, the monkey temporarily disappears. See, what I wonder is what happens to the Where is Summer Soul, but back on the PS2 version. Is that text tank? Because the PS2 version had a different saving thing than the PS4 one, which has kind of a generic PS4 saving thing. If that makes any sense. Peke. Oh, it's Peak. That's Valley's soulmate then, I got you. It's gonna have a hard time. Like, who do I match up with Peke? Quiver is looking for a heart to break. Quiver and Arrow are eventually going to be paired up. See how clever I am on figuring out these nicknames. Silva. I didn't quite figure out what's going on with Silva. Like, I'm sure I've run into that monkey like 8 times, and Luna stares at you coldly. Cold as winter? Winter fell in love with summer. Summer Ray fell in love with Fandango. Summer is euphoric. And still euphoric. Winter won't stop fidgeting. Ew. Oh, the Monkey Love minigame stretches on, folks. Someday we'll find it, the end of the Monkey Love minigame. The lovers, the dreamers, and Silva. Maybe there's one called Sylvia and one called Plath. Peke is in love. It's Peak. I know it's Peak. Valley was downstairs. Down the elevator. I remember that. I don't remember what the reward is for this, but I'm betting it wasn't worth it. Valley fell in love with Peak. Peak shrieks with delight. Oh man, I hope these monkeys aren't swingers. Valley is burning with passion. Cold looks ready to rant, and I forgot for a moment that there's no point talking to ones who don't have hearts over their head unless you're holding a monkey. Candace is in love. So there's a Felina down here somewhere. Not there. I wasn't paying attention at all. What's your name again? You're not Felina, are you? No, you're Gold. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Two assassins from a Gogo 13 anime. Less than Eternal Felina. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I'm spending my Valentine's Day playing the Monkey Love minigame. Quiver is looking for a heart to break. Quiver is looking for a monkey to love. I just need some monkey love. You better find some monkey love. Fucking Luna, staring at me coldly. Felina fell in love with Canis. Felina is blushing cattishly. Canis' heart is racing doggily. Almost left. Don't want to do that. So yeah, again, what's happening here is Yuna is trying to get monkeys to copulate. That's... Yuna, haven't you ever heard monkey see, monkey do? Maybe you gotta go find that son of the Praetor of New Yevon again. The one that got written out of the game. Arrow is in love. I don't remember where Quiver was. I guess we'll start downstairs. But yeah, seriously, Yuna, if you want monkeys to have sex, just have sex in front of them. Gold looks ready to rant. There's not really that many characters in the game that are kind of well situated for it. I mean, Kamari's a different species. Waka's paired off with Lulu. Orn and Titus are both dead. I'm like looking at her potential mating possibilities from the previous game. I guess there's always Klasko, but he's pretty much into chocobos. You could team up with a Waka the 33rd and maybe produce a Waka the 34th. Oh, of course, there's Brother. Can't forget poor Brother. Quiver fell in love with Arrow. I bet they're not cousins. Quiver seems calm now. Arrow is appeased. That's struck me funny for some reason. Only true love can help Arrow to be appeased. If I walk out of here in the middle of this, will Saru say something? Nope, Saru doesn't care. So I was like, thank you for not pairing up all the monkeys. Now hopefully there'll be at least one pair of monkeys not frantically producing offspring. We're kind of gradually moving from the Unalesca room towards this entrance area. So, yeah. The game could be more of a dick about making us traverse lots and lots of territory between monkey pairings. So this video is definitely going long, but I've just decided I'm not having multiple videos of this game. Gold is in love. Grab him. I don't remember if there was any monkeys left in here, but the idea of going all the way up and exploring all the way, and then realizing there was one here. No, this is Soul. So eventually Soul and Luna are going to get paired up, and Luna is back in that first hallway. So that's about as far apart as they can be at this point. Was there one called Silver? Oh, Sylvia. There was one that was called Sylvia, so there you go. And that was one of the ones where I was like, I had no idea who the hell we were going to... Who do we pair Sylvia up with? Oh, Gold. Now, am I nuts? Sylvia is a girl's name. Gold isn't really a Goldie. I mean, are we forming a lesbian couple with these monkeys? I mean, that's fine if they're in love, but it's not really going to play into Yuna's plan to like overpopulate with monkeys. Silva, I guess it's Silva, fell in love with Gold. Silva seems grateful. Gold is weeping with joy. You're Luna, right? Finally, Luna is in love. Finally, Luna is in love. This is the last one. That's basically what the game is telling us. I don't think there's anything where I'm just gonna... I wanted to check a fact real quick. Let's see. This is... Oh, this is the wrong fact. Yeah, sorry. That was the Chocobo minigame fact, which basically I read enough to know that I didn't care about getting into it right now. I was just checking to see if there's any way or reason to go and talk to Asaru after this, and there isn't. I don't think he's actually around to be found anymore. So, Luna and Soul, and then this game is finally freaking done. And this video. Alright, Soul. Get your freak on. Soul fell in love with Luna. And Artemis fell in love with Luna too. Their world was filled in darkness, but now as monkey love blossom grows, a monkeyful future sure lies ahead. This is their home. They will protect it now and always. Uh-huh. Find a fantasy stalker. Did you score the accessory Soul of Tomasa? Was that seriously it? Soul looks very pleased. Luna's going ape. We don't even get a garment grid. What does the Soul of Tomasa actually do? Strengthen spells but doubles their MP cost. Holy fuck, I'm not even going to use it. Ugh. It might be that you need to do that for episode complete in Xanarkand Ruins. Because the slowly building story of like each area of the game kind of has its story that's unfolding. Like at Besaid Island, over the course of the game, we get Waka learning to feel confident in his abilities as a father, and then Lulu will have the baby near the end of the game. And then the ongoing story with the Xanarkand Ruins is
Monkey love, beautiful thing.
is Yuna kind of wanting to get rid of the... I hope this is enough to clear Xanarkand out for good. Yuna wanting to get rid of the tourists who've taken over Xanarkand Ruins, and the Xanarkand... the Mount Gagazet story is kind of the ongoing story of Kamarian and blah blah blah. But my point was to tell you the Xanarkand Ruins story at the end, but I kind of jumped in front of it. Season of Love is over for the monkeys. Now, I'm not really sure what that was about. I was going to save before going on in here, but yeah, you know, I was going to go down there and see if we could find Asaru, but yeah, I don't even freaking know if we'll be able to find Asaru, so what's the point? But I'll tell you one thing for sure. We basically are done now with Act 2 side quests and minigame crap. We could start catching chocobos now if we wanted to, but basically, at this point, next video, we're going to have to start the main storyline by going to climb Mount Xanarkand, and then going to Beaconell Island, in both cases looking for Syndicate costumes, so that we can go into the final mission of Act 2, which is infiltrating Chateau LeBlanc in Guadalajara. All that will start happening in the next video. I'm the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys very much for watching, And I hope you'll join me next time for more Final Fantasy X-2. And remember, monkey, 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 love.